What makes a Minecraft build steampunk? Is it the addition of wheels or propellers? Maybe the addition of a clock tower? Let me know your opinions down in those comments. For me, steampunk has always meant windmills and water wheels added to a build, or even some more technical components, whether useful or decorative. Thanks to LuckyLane for today's build prompt, where they have requested that I build a steampunk house. Now, I have built steampunk designs before. In Metacraft Season 2, I transformed a mushroom island into a lush steampunk island. And I definitely love trying out that new build style. Today though, I want to see if I can't take it up a notch. It's gonna be a little difficult being in only one chunk, but I'll see what I can do, building a fantasy steampunk treehouse. That means for a build palette, I'm gonna need a lot of wood. I think we'll do oak wood for the main portion of the tree, and I also want some slabs for the roofs, which could look really good using some mangrove wood. We'll also need some fences and those steampunk blocks we've all come to love, copper. I'm sure there's going to be more blocks that I'll add, but I think for now, this will do. Let's talk about how to get inspiration for these builds that I have been creating. Because even though many of you have offered prompts in the comments, often I don't have an immediate idea for how to build what you're asking, or even what could be an interesting way to design something around that prompt. So to find some inspiration, I turn to Google and do an image search using your prompt. And that's exactly what I did with this build. I'm not going to add the image into this video because I'm pretty sure it is a copyrighted image, but I searched for fantasy steampunk house concept art, and as I scrolled through the images, I came upon a luxurious steampunk treehouse design that I thought looked really cool and could fit into our one chunk here. And the concept art did what it needed to do. It got me thinking of not only how to recreate the build, but also block palette ideas, ways to add some more mechanical parts, and the overall idea to have the tree on a floating island. Is this an exact replica or almost to the concept art? Not even close. But it was a basis to work off of while I wrapped my head around a different and unique way to build a steampunk house. I decided to make this tree relatively tall. We'll have the main entrance, which is on the second level of the tree, and the basement is only going to be accessible by the main entrance using ladders. And then there will be 2 more levels on top of that. I've added an oak wood staircase to the outside of the build, and then on all the flat spots, I've added in a little bit of mangrove wood fences for railings. I know that the stairs need it as well, but it's Minecraft and I don't really like the look of the bottom half slabs with fences on top, so I just didn't do it. And of course, since this is a tree, it needs a little bit of leaf action up on the sides, down over top of the floating island, and of course on the roof. I will say I don't really love the top of this tree. I probably should have tried to make it have a trunk and branches that came out instead of just topping it with a mangrove roof. But I'm not changing it now. It's fine as it is, and it's just something that I would like to note if I decide to build something like this in the future. And I would say that this build is looking pretty great. As I was building, I kept asking myself if the build was steampunk enough. Like, it looks good, but was there a way to add some more steampunk elements with the space we had? So I ended up adding a wheel on the side of the tree with lightning rods and copper stairs. I also added in some chains from the decking that I eventually added some lanterns onto, and I decided to add a bit of a lift to the side of the build with chains pulling up blocks of ore. I don't love the crane design that came out of it, but the chains and platforms look really nice. And yes, I didn't forget to build a full interior with this build. I have an entrance area with some banner wall design and carpets, then we move up into the storage and crafting room, complete with a working furnace for molding all of the metal steampunk things you could dream of. And moving upwards from there with our ladders, we also have a bedroom. And while I know you can't see the bed, I promise it is in there. And of course, a whole bunch more storage. I added in some paintings for a bit more color and carpet on pretty much every floor, and I think it came together really well. But man, this thing is looking so good. I wish we had a bit more space to create a few branches or mini trees popping out on the sides, but even without it, it still looks pretty nice. And I do think that the pops of color with the oxidized copper and mangrove and leaves all complement the oak wood of this tree. The only thing I'm left wondering is if this build is actually steampunk enough. What do you think? Let me know down in those comments. Thanks so much for watching, my friends. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.